Guys, today we're going to be talking about a new leak for a new DJI drone, which is rumoured to be coming out very soon. The DJI Mavic Air 2 was released in April 2020, so it's nearly up to that 12-month time limit now, and DJI for the smaller drones seem to release their drones every year, so it would make sense for this new drone to come out. So let's also look at the FCC listing and what it says. So a new listing has come out to the FCC, and this is the body that regulates any new technology to approve it, and a listing from DJI has hit the FCC with the name DJI AIR 2S, pointing at an upgraded model of the current Mavic Air 2 is going to be released really soon. So if we just look at first the label location, we can see that the name DJI Air 2S with an ID number on it is on that label, and we can also see an image of the DJI Air 2S drone, including the battery compartments, and it looks to be identical to the current Mavic Air 2 battery compartment, suggesting that this change might be to do with the drone's camera or internals and not an actual change to the hardware itself or to the style of the drone, making it smaller or bigger. So the FCC label, taking a look at the actual label, we can see the name of the new drone, the DJI Air S2. So it's lost that Mavic name. So just like the DJI Mini, it's gone from Mavic Mini to Mini, and it looks like the Air is also taking that same drop of the name. It looks like that Mavic name is solely just going to be staying with the Mavic Pro. So the Air looks like it's just going to be called the DJI Air 2S. So looking at the label again, we can see what looks like to be the same 3500 milliamp battery, which is the same as the current Mavic Air 2. So this would also indicate that there's not going to be much in terms of changes to the hardware itself on this drone. So what could this upgrade actually be? So due to that name change being 2S rather than DJI Air 3, it's likely that this new drone won't be much of a massive upgrade in regards to how the drone looks, much rather to be increase of features with the camera and the actual internals, or making that experience better for the pilot, having more features. So one of the features which is really likely to come onto this drone is the DJI AirSense. So this was first introduced on the Mavic series, but it was only available in North America. This was due to a shortage of the actual sensors needed this, and that left it out of that international market. But it now appears that they have got enough stock to include this on all of the new DJI Air 2 drones, which will mean that DJI AirSense, which indicates when there is a aircraft in the nearby area, you'll get an alert when you're flying. So it's a fantastic safety feature. It's going to be available internationally for everybody to use. So the camera is always a good talking point of any of these drones, and it's always excellent camera quality, but we're always wanting that little bit more. And when that original Mavic Mini was released, it was updated really fast within a year to the DJI Mini 2, which brought 4K 30. This is because the CEO was not happy with the camera quality on the original Mavic Mini. So it's also likely to see that within this new Air S2, we're going to see improvements to the sensor. And the actual rumour on Twitter is that the proposed use of the Sony IMX686 CMOS sensor, which is also the same sensor which is used in the DJI Pocket 2 camera, which produces 64 megapixel stills, mixed zoom, and also the ability for 4K 60. It currently does 4K 60, but that increased megapixel will make especially the footage at night and all for photos a lot better. And the biggest difference with this new sensor is that it's a larger sensor as well. So the IMX686 is 172 inches compared to half an inch sensor on the current Mavic Air 2. So a bigger sensor and the ability to have better nighttime shots, and also potentially for more zoom. It's going to be a good improvement on this new drone. The battery looks like to be exactly the same on this drone, so we don't seem to have much improvements on the battery. It's got the same power adapter as a Mavic Air 2, and also the exact same model on that label, so we don't seem to have any improvements in regards to battery life. What we do seem to be getting is the potential for OcuSync 3.0. Now this was released on the new DJI FPV drone, and this improves the latency, and also that once the drone is in the air, that signal and connection. So having 3.0 on this is going to be a big improvement, because not only will you get a better latency between the feed on your phone and the drone, you're also going to have even better stable connection once it's in the air. The downside though currently is that the Mavic Air 2 uses the 2.0 OcuSync, which is compatible with the DJI Smart Controller. So that brings me on to the next point, that if it was to bring in the same OcuSync 3.0 as the new DJI FPV drone, does this also mean that we're going to see some FPV compatibility and features on this new drone? And that is also what the rumours are, that we're not going to potentially see a full acro manual flying mode here, but the potential to be able to use this new drone with the new DJI V2 goggles. This will not only boost sales massively for the FPV goggles, if you could use them goggles on your new DJI AIR S2 drone, but it would also give you a much better and immersive flying experience when flying your drone, being able to fly it and actually get that FPV feel without being in full FPV mode. I think it's going to be a great addition and really exciting to be able to use the FPV goggles whilst in potentially sports mode on this drone and having that really great experience. It also looks like from the photo itself that we're going to have additional sensors on top, assuming that these might be for the obstacle avoidance system. And having sensors on top, again, this could be a sign of an FPV option, not just to have sensors on the front or back, but having sensors on the side and the top is going to indicate to have more sensors for safety when flying in an FPV scenario. So this is exciting news, and it's coming up to that 12 months time, and it's been already leaked online, just like the FPV drone was leaked. And a couple of weeks after that leak, we then saw the official news from DJI saying that this drone is being released. So we really are hoping and thinking in the next couple of weeks we're going to be seeing a new DJI Air 2S drone, which is going to be excellent news. So make sure you like and subscribe, because as soon as it's released, I'll be flying it and testing it and letting all you guys know just what this drone's like. But it's exciting times. Any new DJI technology we all just want to hear about and go and try out. So take care guys, hope you enjoyed this little preview, and we'll see you very soon. Bye bye.